Many people in Washington are panicking about what to do to solve the fiscal cliff, and the obvious answer is we don't. We let it hit us.
The fiscal cliff isn't so much of a cliff as it is a slope or a curve. Its name was coined for the purpose of making it sound more urgent than it actually is. Regardless, the fiscal cliff does bring about some extreme changes. Overall, taxes are expected to raise by more than $500 billion. An average of $3,500 per household, tax hikes are inevitable. Something has to be done in order to decrease the $16 trillion deficit. There's no way around tax hikes. Running over the fiscal cliff brings about the end to both the Obama and Bush tax cuts.
The good thing about this is that the middle class is not bearing all of America's economic troubles anymore. The upper class will no longer be sheltered by cushy tax cuts and will experience tax rates similar to those of the Clinton era. The fiscal cliff also requires some drastic spending cuts. While taxes are being increased, it will too affect how we spend our money. Consumer spending would in turn be cut by $200 billion next year due to the new tax cuts. The American lifestyle of spending money whenever the craving for something new comes their way will have to change due to the projected 5-year economic recession the country is bound to go into.
The alternative. While all of this may seem like daunting at first, it also is necessary to recognize how daunting the situation actually is. If we allow this ill economy to continue without any major intervention, down the road we will have greater crisis in our hands. The fiscal cliff won't plummet this economy. It is more of a slow curve, which gives time for politicians to pick the most important institutions to save from drastic cuts, like education.
The Economist reports that many tax hikes and spending cuts are temporary and drastic remedies to fix a severe economic problem at hand. The future recession that the country will face will not be as strong as past ones. The cuts would be felt by the entire country. Similar to the Depression, the country will unify in times of economic disturbance. It's time to take one for the team by allowing a few years of simple cuts that would help the budget immensely. After these few years of struggle, the country will be back up and running, and we can simply brush our shoulders off and go back to a stronger economy.